Welcome on in, everybody. High Isle is here, and with it have come a lot of combat changes, and there's one that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, ZeniMax put in their patch notes, fixed an issue that was causing Cloak to suppress damage over time, so now instead the damage will tick on you and it just won't break out of Cloak. I like how they sold that as fixed an issue, like it was a bug in the game and now they fixed it. Not like it's worked that way for literally years, and now they're making a huge change to the functionality of Nightblade's most iconic skill. Now, I'm not saying that this change is necessarily a bad change. I think that Nightblade has changed a lot with these past few patches, especially since the hybridization changes. Nightblade has access to a burst heal, especially Stamina Nightblade, that it didn't have access to before. So perhaps taking the dot suppressing effect from Cloak away is ZeniMax's way of kind of balancing that out. I'm not really sure, but what I do know is that when I was playing in this new patch, Cloak felt a lot worse defensively than it did prior to this patch. I really noticed the additional damage while I was in stealth, and on top of it, Cloak has changed a lot over the past few years. Stealth in general has a lot more counters than it used to have. There's a lot more AoE in the game than there used to be, and well, all of these factors combined have finally led to Cloak feeling more like an offensive skill and less like a good defensive skill. I feel like more often than not on Nightblade, I have to go for the shade to save myself because Cloak is just going to be too unreliable. So this is definitely something that I've been thinking about since this new patch came out, and I really want to hear what you guys think about this change because it is such a huge change, basically completely removing a hard counter that they had before. Hopefully that first clip there just kind of showcased, at least I think, the struggles that Nightblade has defensively with Cloak. That wasn't a crazy fight or anything, but it showed a lot of how difficult it can be to use Cloak effectively, especially when the fight can get a little bit more hectic. I do have some PvP commentary for you guys today. I did play the Nightblade to start with, but then I ended up jumping back on my Stamina Templar just for a little bit at the end of the day, and would you know, I got myself a good fight in Alessia Bridge. As you can see, there are a bunch of yellow players in the middle of the bridge. I'm just doing my best to kind of kite around with this enemy Templar and see if I can put a bit of a combo into him, but he's keeping his health very high, and I go back up to the top to kite out. Nobody ends up chasing me, and I see they've actually gone after another player on the other side here. So I go for a poison injection, power the light, trying to pick a target here. Again, I throw the power the light down on that guy as he crit rushes into me, but I end up having to miss the safety here, taking a bit of pressure from them, being a little lower on resource here. And two enemy players end up coming up here. I throw the power of the light down on this guy, but he's got his heals going and he's super chunky, and he ends up easily brushing off that attack. Definitely not good timing on that one. And then I get pulled into the middle of the area there by, I believe, a Silver Leash. Just quickly kite up, reset my buffs, and then I come back out here, throw down a Power of the Light into the crit rush, try to get that light attack executioner to finish him off. And then I really quickly just kite right back up to the top there. Don't want to leave myself too exposed here, especially with all these yellow. If they hit me with a bad stun, that's basically going to be a game over, so I have to be really careful engaging there. Again, I just kind of go right up the side again to kind of retreat, come back out, throw the power of the light on this guy, and then I missed a round, drop the Dawnbreaker on him, and then quickly hit him with that light attack executioner, and missed my way back to safety and managed to pick off a kill on that guy in the middle of the Zerg. And I again just reset in the tower. So good, this build, playing in the bridge here with the two towers. You can very easily break distance from people and reset, reheal yourself. And that's just what I'm going to keep doing. Just keep picking on them, keep seeing if I can pick a target out of this group. I get knocked by that guy's arrow there. It was actually kind of fortunate because I end up rolling back through them, and it looks like two enemy Dawnbreakers come down on the side there, and I retreat back up to the top. Zerlock comes around the corner, and it seems like he is just playing friendly here, so I'll take that. And I just come back out the stairway of the tower here, jumping off the edge with a little bit of a hop there. Throw down the power of the light, but I get stunned right away and start taking pressure from these guys. Again, I just retreat to get a little bit of line of sight, throw the purge down, and as they come towards me, roll through them and hit that Honor the Dead. So forcing the turnaround and, of course, getting that healing power. And then Zerlok throws a few arrows into me here, but he's on a really chunky build, so I'm just going to do my best to kite around him and focus on these other targets here. I managed to get a nice stun off on that player, hit him with the Dawnbreaker, and there's Power of the Light coming in strong to finish him off. That might have actually been a little bit of help from this guy who's just launching blast bones from the top of the tower here on the bridge. Again, I come back outside to re-engage with these guys, and one of the players knocks me off the bridge with Magnum Shot. Managed to make it out of the water, but it doesn't matter. I just end up falling off the edge trying to climb back up this wall and, well, dying anyway. And I've got one last video for you guys, this time a bit of a defense in King's Crest, and there's a big blue group that's trying to break down the inner door here. I end up running towards them, this enemy Sork engages me, the Nightblade engages me here too. I go for the Donnie, manage to catch him with a nice Dawnbreaker and crit rush into him to finish him off after taking that Immobilize. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but that was a 5k poison injection tick. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Of course, I really want to hear what you guys think about the changes to Cloak. Is it just a me thing thinking that this is such a big change in the functionality of it? Yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are down in the comment section below. You can catch me live on Twitch, and you can keep up to date with me on Twitter. There are links to that down below as well. If you have an awesome fight that you want to see featured in the ESO Top 5 Fights, or if you have a build that you want to see featured on the channel, you can send that to kristofereso@hotmail.com. And of course, feel free to check out my website, kristofereso.com. It has got written guides to all of my builds and all of the featured builds as well. This show is sponsored by What the Fast. It's a VPN for gamers that can give you better ping to your favorite games. Free to try for the first month. There's a link down below in the description for you. And last but not least, a massive thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Thank you everybody just for tuning in and watching today. As always, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you all next time. And have a great night, everybody.